Well, it's Dave Day Major League Baseball edition. And Dave, let's just get right into it. Hometown hero Joe Maddon, him and the Cubbies, they are red hot right now, Dave.
Yeah, the Cubs have played great baseball probably since the middle of May. One of the best records, not only in the National League but in the major leagues. They're in a tight race with the Milwaukee Brewers, who they've played this week. Other teams like the Cardinals and the Pirates are going to be battling them too. But Cubs have the experience. Obviously, they have the talent, and they have a manager who's been there before. And what Joe talked about when he was in town a week or so ago, that he's looking forward to being involved in another pennant race. And they haven't had many injuries this year like they did last year. So the Cubs are, and I think they're a little hungry too. Last year they got beat by the Dodgers at Wrigley Field in the playoffs too, and the Cubs think it's theirs to go. It's there for the taking, and again, if the Cubs get there, it would be no surprise to me.
And now, Dave, let's talk about another red-hot team, the New York Yankees. They've been playing arguably the best baseball since the beginning of May up until now. They're red-hot, and it appears that it's going to be another year where it's the Yankees and Red Sox battling it out for the AL East.
Yeah, Yankees and Red Sox fans, rejoice, and baseball fans too. I mean, I'm not a fan of either team, but if you are a fan of either team, or if you're a baseball fan, when the Yankees and the Red Sox are good, it's better for baseball and it's better for the sports world, because going into July and August, the dog days, when you see those two teams at the top of the standings, good things are in store for later on in the season too, when it's really, really important. That being the postseason, obviously. But both teams are loaded. Both teams can hit the ball like crazy, and it's going to come down to which team pitches the ball better. Because, like we said, both teams can hit. Both have young talent too, and both have proven veterans. So we'll see what happens.
And then if you're in a spot, too, like the Yankees and Red Sox, or even the Cubs right now who are chasing the Brewers, and that's probably going to be a race right down to the end, too, you could still sneak in and make that wild card spot. The only problem when you get in that wild card spot, though, that's a single elimination, and that is really tough when you don't have a series.
Well, what's crazy this year is you might have a team like the Houston Astros, who I still think might be the best team in the American League, playing a team like the Yankees or the Red Sox in that one-game win-or-go-home scenario, and that'll make it very, very interesting, because we all know that the Astros rallied past the Yankees last year to get into the in the World Series last year, and they ended up winning the World Series. So the Astros are proven too, and the Yankees and Red Sox could be battling each other out, and the Indians are perennial playoff team at this juncture. But the team I think you got to watch for is Houston, because Houston is really, really good.
And Dave, I don't want to leave out your Dodgers here, because if anyone doesn't know, Dave's a huge Dodgers fan. Dave, your Dodgers, kind of a rough start to the year, but things have now settled down. They're playing good baseball, and now they're in a race too, with Diamondbacks are in first, but really that whole division's close together.
Yeah, the Dodgers, they struggled the first few months, and like other teams, they've had injuries. Diamondbacks have had injuries. Dodgers have lost their whole pitching staff basically, through the first 2 months, but somehow they patch it together. Whether it's like relief pitchers going 2 innings every day, they've been able to do it. Now the hitting's gotten really good and really hot over the last few weeks. Jock Peterson's been hitting the ball like crazy, and they have a rookie by the name of Max Muncy who's been really outstanding. Yasiel Puig's been hitting the ball a little bit better, and that's without Corey Seager too. They lost him for the whole season this year. He's their star shortstop. But a team again that's been there before, and you got to like those teams coming down, in the stretch of the season, because they know what it takes to get there, and we'll see what happens the rest of the year.
Yeah, and also, too, once you get into that postseason, it doesn't matter what your record is during the regular season. But, Dave, I want to end with the MLB Trade Deadline. That is July 31st. And, Dave, obviously, every year, you look forward to this. Who's getting traded? Who's going to be on a new team, on a championship contender team? Who are some names that you think come July 31st are going to be wearing a different uniform on a team that's going to be in the hunt for a championship?
Oh, I think Manny Machado, definitely the Orioles shortstop or third baseman. The Orioles, really not going anywhere this year too. He's going to be a free agent, I believe. Still a young player, probably hasn't even reached his prime yet, and I know a lot of teams are going to want him. There's talk of the Atlanta Braves making a push, and there's a team right there. You talk about a team that's really surprising this year. Pieces have come together, and they've played well all season. But Machado could end up anywhere too. The Mets, are they going to sell off some of their really good young pitchers, the Jacob deGroms of the world? Are they going to get traded this year? Mets have a lot of pieces there too, when it comes to pitching. They don't have much hitting to deal with, so maybe the Mets start a fire sale too. We'll see. Last year it was Sonny Gray going to the Yankees. I think this year Machado, maybe Jacob deGrom, they're the guys to look for this year.
All right, Dave. Well, thanks for your time. I know we worked you hard here. 2 segments this week we got out of you, Dave, and thank you for your time. Remember, everyone, that you could read Dave's articles in the Standard Speaker, and remember to keep watching us here on SSP TV News.